What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of our goalie career. It's been a few days. We took an extra week off just to kind of regroup and recharge as we push towards the end of the year and drop some playoff videos and some other gameplay videos of some fun games coming down the pipeline. So feeling pretty good. I do feel like I picked up a bit of a cold, so if my voice is a little scratchy today, that is the reason why. But we are here and we're ready to take on the Nashville Predators. It's an away game. It is another really solid team. So in the last episode, we played the Tampa Bay Lightnings, and that was a very, very tough matchup. And it gets no easier as we're playing the 5th overall team in the National Hockey League on what is the final day of March hockey as we head into the last stretch before the playoffs. So I'm looking forward to this one. We played Stamkos' old team, and now we're playing his current team. It should be a really tough matchup. Hopefully the rust falls off pretty quickly. Like I said, I haven't picked up a controller in about a week and a half. So it should be a fun matchup nonetheless. We know what to expect. The boys should be playing really hard in front of us. It is the second half of a back-to-back, however. So I do kind of expect there might be some sloppy periods of play, but hopefully it doesn't last too long and we can get back into our goal-scoring ways and find another win as we're looking for 50 on the season with about 10 games remaining. Here it is, grudge match. Nashville took the first game 3-2. Colton Sissons receiving that scoring boost alongside Noah Hannafin, who is getting the defense boost, one of our best defensemen here in the last couple weeks of hockey. We're all set now as the Golden Knights are set to take on the home team, the Nashville Predators, at the Bridgestone Arena. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Sit back, relax, and let's get after it, baby. Pietrangelo now off the face-off win by Jack Eichel as Roman Josi will steal that one away from an on-charging Jack Eichel, who now has the puck back in neutral space up to Captain Mark Stone. Backhand pass to Pietrangelo, who goes upstairs, but Saros will hang on to that one and he'll make the first big save. And you can see the numbers. I mean, identical in the way of saving percentage, 914 by both goaltenders. But what's even more impressive and why Nashville has been able to put together such a remarkable season is Saros has done that through nearly double the amount of games we have played. So leaned upon a lot here in this Nashville organization, but when you have goaltending like that, it's very easy to have success. Stamkos now pushed from behind by Jack Eichel and Barbashev. Barbashev back to Shea Theodore, who tries to find open ice, and Saros will make another save. Testing him quite early here. It's good to see the boys get off to a nice hot start, get the legs going. We also have a pretty healthy lineup at the moment. It's been a while since we've had the majority of our top, I'd even say 9 forwards, and both our top defense pairings. So good to see that the boys are finding ways to stay healthy. We've had a lot of hockey here in April and March, but now we're in that home stretch and just trying to put together some good habits and get ready for the playoffs. I would assume we get a few more games here before the end of the year. Make sure that Aiden Hill has the rest he needs as Eichel tries to go to the front of the net, and now Marchessault battling hard, gets that one up to Steven Stamkos. Stamkos now through the neutral zone. He'll enter Vegas territory across to Josi, who is jumping up on the play, and a great stick there by Alex Pietrangelo. Now Jack Eichel, leader for the Vegas Golden Knights, is hounded off the puck, and now Novak in, and Novak will be patient, and he will get the opening goal as he just goes back across the crease for his 16th goal. Thomas Novak in behind Vegas defense, and that's been an issue here lately, is just bad line changes. You can see Shea Theodore was headed to the bench, decides to stay on, but now he's a step behind the pass. Sorry, that was Pietrangelo who was heading to the bench. Decides to stay out, gets a beautiful pass, and Novak is sprung, and he makes no mistake as it looked like he was going to backhand that. Decides to bring it back to his forehand and go opposite side of the net. Not really much we could do there. It was Forsberg with that beautiful heads-up pass. And which is weird, as it looked like Pietrangelo was going to the bench, but here they are staying out on the ice. So very long shift for our first defensive unit. I'm not quite sure what's going on there. I wonder if that goal kind of messed up the trigger of the line change, and now they'll have to stay out for an extended shift. But on the first shot, Nashville takes a 1-0 goal. And not the start we were looking for. But again, not a lot you can do when you're faced with a breakaway on your first attempt of the game. Now Hurdle trying to win the faceoff. He'll lose that one, and Carrier will find Ryan O'Reilly. O'Reilly tries to cut around Pietrangelo, does a good job at that. And some tense moments as Shea Theodore will find Thomas Hurdle. Hurdle now back for William Karlsson with a big shot on net and steered into the corner. Alex Holtz challenging Evangelista. He gets it free. Hurdle back in front, and Saros is already taking grade A opportunity after grade A opportunity, and he is making it look easy at the moment. Pietrangelo keeps it in, but narrowly. Theodore back to Pietrangelo, and through traffic, Pietrangelo makes up for the mistake he had. And what in the Lord is happening with Pietrangelo's face? Oh my God, I've never seen anything like that. What is happening with his face? EA? Did he take a hit and they just forgot to rearrange his face? Forget the goal. It was a beautiful seeing eye shot with some traffic in front of Saros. But that just scared me to bits. What the heck did I just see with Alex Pietrangelo's face? And we are actually going to zoom in on this and make sure that the man is okay. I saw his jaw sticking. What? That might be one of the most terrifying things I may have ever seen. And in fact, I think we're going to use that as the cover. How does this happen? I feel like his face got a little rearranged by a hit and they just forgot to put the asset back. Well, hopefully Pietrangelo figures that one out. That's going to leave a headache in the morning, but what a snipe to get this game tied at 1. And that's how you're going to have to beat Saros. You're going to have to find traffic in front of him. You're going to have to take away his eyes. Theodore finds his line mate, and with a mismanaged face and a very freakishly looking accident, Alex Pietrangelo will get this thing tied up. White Cloud now up to Nicholas Waugh. Waugh. Back across to his line mate, Colasar now trying to bank that one in off a sprawling UC Saros. Man, we got to shake that one off. That was a surprise in the morning. Not, a week away, and you get a little funny surprise when you get back into action. Finally holding on for our first save. There's a look at Steven Stamkos. I'm assuming he is nearing the top of the leaders for this Nashville Predators team, alongside with likely Forsberg. I know Forsberg is a very solid player, and he's had many good years lately. But what a way to get the blood going. You just have your teammates whose face has been completely rearranged. Mark Stone now, captain, tries to go in. Pass. Is that Dante Fabro? Is he still on this team in this game? McCarron now. McCarron through neutral space. He'll lose the puck to White Cloud, and now White Cloud will take off with Mark Stone driving towards the front of the net, and another great play by Roman Josi, who honestly is one of the best defensemen in the league. I know that Nashville's had their struggles this year, and it's not quite the way they wanted with all those offseason moves that they made, but Roman Josi, time and time again, just proves why he is such an elite force on that blue line. Barbashev now, cross-seam pass over to Eichel. Eichel wins that battle, and it's a nice shot. Not quite in the position that Stone likes to score from, but right near that hash mark spot. Hannafin now back to Eichel. Stone, Hannafin with that defense boost. He'll try and flip that one through, and it's going to be Philip Forsberg. Forsberg will just dump this one down. It hits the side of the stanchion, and we'll have a whistle. So not a lot of shots going in the favor of Nashville. Some good block shots in front, of course. But it's now 7-2 in favor of Vegas, but it's a 1-1 hockey game. It's a good response. I mean, you go down early, back-to-back game. It's a bad almost change, which looked like a possible line change. Doesn't happen, but then you get right back on your high horses. Pietrangelo stays out for another lengthy shift, and he gets a nice goal to tie this thing up. You can see the time on attack. It's really just been that one breakaway opportunity that Nashville has had so far. Second line on the ice, Hurdle for a face-off win. He wins it now, full pressure for the Vegas Golden Knights. A shot on net, and it's tipped by Thomas Hurdle, who decided to just get to the front of the net after that face-off win. And a good idea at that is he gets a, not the most effective tip, but he does get a tip in front, and Saros is able to hold strong. Hurdle for another face-off attempt. He will win that with his body as Holtz tries to come in, but he can't find that puck. And now Nashville will alleviate that full pressure with Ryan O'Reilly back in on net. Carrier with a shot on. Goes to the side of the net. Riley unable to find that angle. Pietrangelo now. He'll skate it to the blue line and out. Karlsson up to Holtz. Alex Holtz. He's had a remarkable year. He's 34, 35 goals or something now. A couple of really good performances this year as Vegas continues this historic season. Right now, the season can finish the way it's going to finish. We need to make sure that we're just playing hard and have our line combos figured out as we head towards the playoffs. Theodore now with a blast from the point. He keeps that one low, and it's a nice save into the corner. Brady Shea up to O'Reilly. I actually forgot that they got Shea on the offseason as well. Nashville made so many moves. It's no wonder that they're not top of their division, but just unable to really find any sort of chemistry, especially in the early goings. It looks like there's some signs of them coming to life here offensively as of late, but so many moves. I mean, you got Marchessault, you got Stamkos, you got Brady Shea. Like, for pieces that Nashville seemed to be missing, it looked like they corrected and got a bunch of pieces as Marchessault will bring that one off the post behind our glove. Close call there. Yeah, it looks like they addressed a lot of their holes offensively. It just hasn't seemed to click for them thus far. Forsberg now hounded off the puck by Mark Stone. Barbashev returns the pass. Mark Stone will give way, and now Barbashev in one-on-one loses that battle, and now Forsberg will corral it back into his own zone up to Fabro. Fabro crossing pass to Stamkos. Steven Stamkos, he loses the puck, but the puck scores free, and it's a nice shot right in the top of the dot. We see that one clearly and hang on for our 5th save now on 6 shots. Pretty fun first period. A lot of good scoring chances for both teams now. I got to assume that Nashville played back-to-back. And another good opportunity in front, and we're just making sure we get square to the shot, not give up any sort of rebound that might cause some troubles. Yeah, it was a good week, guys. Like I said, I just made the conscious decision. We had pumped out something like 35, 40 videos in the last month. It was more than a video a day, which, you know, working 9 to 5 and having a life outside of this, like, this is not my job. I do it for fun. I figured, you know what? We are headed towards the holiday, but instead of burning out now and just grinding till the end, let's take a few extra days, recharge, get reset, and then we can have another month-long push before we take our extended Christmas break. So feel good, feeling better. Like I said, it might just be allergies. The weather's kind of flip-flopping here in Canada. A little bit of a scratchy voice today, and apologies if the voice sounds a little out of whack as Eichel tries to receive that pass from Barbashev. He's shoved to the ice, and the pass will go right. Nice shot on that there again. Easily steered that one into the corner. Mark Stone now. He'll get this puck forward. Man, I'm still having that image of Pietrangelo's face just bouncing around in my head. That's I've actually, in all of the NHLs, I've seen some funny things. I remember back in the day in old NHL games, whenever you got into a fight, if you broke your nose, it would show a visual update for your nose, but it was in triangles because they didn't have the asset correct. That was funny. I don't think I've ever seen somebody's face fully rearranged like that, and that's a great little sequence there as Dorofeyev just sneaks in behind the defenseman on short side, gets the pass, beautiful pass, but he's unable to tap that one past Saros. And now Stamkos taken to the ground by Nicholas Waugh, but he'll lose that as he tries to go around Luke Shen. Luke Shen back towards his own zone. Lazan back to Marchessault, and now Stamkos. Stamkos has to regroup, and it's a nice effort here by the forward core of Vegas, just putting so much pressure on these guys and waiting for them to make a mistake as Wasp tries to spot Polisar in a couple stick lifts right in front in the last few seconds of this period. And we will head to the first intermission, all square, 1 goal apiece. And the man without a face, Alex Pietrangelo, will snipe that one home. And that's how you're going to have to beat Saros. He is way too good of a goaltender to just put the puck on net. All right, second period about to be underway here at Bridgestone Arena. See if Eichel can continue to win some faceoffs here. He does not, and it's a great win by Steven Stamkos. That's a tough matchup, though. You know, there's a lot of games where you look at the guy across from him, and not that it's impossible for them to win, but you would say Eichel lines up against some really top guys, but he usually has the edge. This time, Stamkos, a veteran in the league, a veteran center position, been there a long time, finds a way to win the opening faceoff. Theodore back for Pietrangelo. It looks like his face might be proper now. Barbashev, he's pushed down hard by Fabro, and he'll take off the other way. Fresh ice, Fabro. Fresh ice, fresh legs. We got a good play behind the net pass by Philip Forsberg. Spots Stamkos, who is in his office. He has scored many a goals from there, usually on the one-timer, but a pretty solid little effort there to kick off this second period. Now Barbashev will try to do the same for Vegas's top line, and a feed down low is picked off, and it's steered into the corner. Now Roman Josi up to Marchessault. Marchessault, former Vegas Golden Knights. Back behind for Yossi. Some puck scrambling here. Not a lot of clean passes for either team at the moment. Some good puck cycling now as I say that, though. As Forsberg looking to get set up. Marchessault tries to feed Stamkos backdoor, and it's picked off by Jack Eichel, who is dropping down low, playing defensively. Eichel now back in front, and he waits patiently, but it lets Saros set back up. Now Theodore over to Pietrangelo, whose stick explodes. Thankfully, we had a quick line change as Holtz will get back to help out the stickless Alex Pietrangelo. Now William Karlsson. Karlsson avoids that broken stick, tries to get a shot on net, and Evangelista will get this one back up to O'Reilly now. O'Reilly into Vegas territory, crossing past to Brady Shea. Another great effort by Noah Hannafin, who, honestly, if I'm looking at, difference makers in the playoffs, you're obviously know what you're going to get with Pietrangelo and Shea Theodore. They're just reliable top pairing for this Golden Knights team. We've always had a question mark surrounding that second unit, especially when Hannafin was injured. But I got to tell you, over the last stretch of games, the last couple months, my oh my, has it ever been a complete 180 for Noah Hannafin in terms of his defensive play. As Karlsson now takes down Brady Shea at the blue line. Watch out for that broken stick. He does run over it, but he kicks it forward and gets a nice shot onto the net. Saros now up to 14 shots against. He has been a busy man in this hockey game. Up to 915 on the season is our stats. Again, I know that looks really good, but I have to be the first one to admit that the team has made it easy all season long, scoring in waves and waves. So when you're just forced to make, a handful of saves to keep the game in your favor, it's pretty easy to do so. But we've definitely found a bit of a groove here late in the season. And like I said, with Adin Hill expecting to get a lot of the starts, if not all of the starts during our playoff run, we just want to make sure we're ready in case we're called upon, because the coach has been flip-flopping a lot lately, but that's not because Adin Hill is playing poorly. I'm guessing it's because they want to give him time off. And I mean, that's a bad goal with all the effort that Saros has had. It's a behind-the-net pass that spots Keegan Colasar alone, and he'll get his 16th as he just shovels that back on. There's the shot wide. Dorofeyev wins that battle. I mean, it's a beautiful pass again. That's not even 5-hole. That's just up and over. As you see, Saros will kick back up into the crease. Watch this. He kicks across, goes to poke it, does get a little bit of a stick, expects that Yossi's going to get that. Right there, starts to kick back off to the middle of the ice. But unfortunately for him, Dorofeyev will find Keegan Colasar, who just shovels it in. It's a little unfortunate, but it is a nice effort by the Vegas Golden Knights, and we'll take a 2-1 lead here in the second period, and we'll take any goal we can get this late in the season, to be honest. There are going to be some greasy goals. Teams are going to start cleaning up defensively. Jankowski now into Vegas territory, crossing past to Colton Sissons, and we'll take that shot one-on-one, and we'll make a big save as Sissons gets it back. Now some good pressure here. I believe this is second line of Nashville against our third, who just scored on the last shift, Colasar. He'll skate forward. The big man does have some speed when he needs it, but the big defenseman of McCarron will jump back and steal that one away. Top line stepping on the ice here for Nashville, but Weiss, oh, Mark Stone, you cannot be looking for that back pass right there. You have a 2-on-1 or 2-on-0, almost a 3-on-0, and you just look for the pass to get Eichel involved, but he was a step too late coming off that bench. The line change wasn't as clean as he was hoping for, and another opportunity is Saros has been forced to make a number of big saves. Eichel, pass across to the hash marks for Stone. We know he loves to score there. Stone now back to Pietrangelo. Theodore, somebody take a shot on net here. Eichel across to Mark Stone, and will skate into that body, but Barbashev picks it up, and a nice readjustment there from UC Saros to get that puck back forward. But it's kept in once again. Mark Stone in deep. And some amazing puck cycling here from the top line, absolutely hemming in this exhausted Nashville Predators line. And how about the finish for his 46th of the season? Jack Eichel is putting this all together, and with some unbelievable puck movement by this top squad. Theodore spots Eichel, who just turns and fires this. You can see the stick was a little late there by the defenseman. And what an effort from the boys as we go up 3-1 here late in the second period. And that is just off the backs of an exceptionally hardworking shift. You love to see it from your top line. They typically put up good results. But when you see the boys on the other team getting more and more fatigued, when they can get the puck just cycling so beautifully like that, it really is a joy to behold. And you can see the coach not happy, fans not happy here in Smashville. 98 points for Jack Eichel with about 12 games remaining. You got to assume he's going to eclipse that 100 points. He's likely going to get quite a bit higher than that with the way he's been putting up points. But in a way, I am really happy that, you know, like we've talked about all season long, there's been some moments where people have posted online that they're when they simulate the season, people are getting close to 200 or over 200 points. I'm actually kind of glad that my game is not that crazy, because this at least seems a lot more realistic. You know, only a handful of guys in the league will eclipse that 100 points. Only the best of the best will get to 50, maybe 60 goals. And right now, Eichel is nearing the top, if not at the top in both those categories. I got to assume that McDavid is just going to appear out of nowhere. It seems like that always happens. You're going to get Matthews that probably has 40, 50, 60 goals. But for a guy like Jack Eichel, who is leading this Vegas team, it has been fun and an honor to defend his crease while he's on the ice. UC Saros, a face-off set play as Hanifin tries to get a good shot on net. It's a little bit of a fluffy, low shot as Saros is able to, you know, read that one and corral the rebound to make sure there's another whistle. But first versus fifth, we've had some tough opponents here lately. It's been a really good test for the young kid in his rookie campaign to get into the net, figure out what playoff hockey is going to be like. We just got to stay calm in net. I mean, there's a lot of weird opportunities. You saw it on the first shot we faced. A breakaway can happen, a bad line change can happen, and that is the difference between a good game and a bad game. As Hanifin now resets in a give-and-go pass by William Karlsson, and it's a nice hard shot. UC Saros is actually a relatively small goaltender compared to the, you know, league average. He is very, very technically sound. He's a very good, obviously he's very athletic, but he's shorter to begin with, and then his stance is a little bit lower than a lot of players, that he doesn't take up a whole, like even right there, he doesn't take a whole lot of the net up. But what he can do is he gets around laterally so quickly. That's where he has success. And even for Nashville, who's struggling overall this season, they've kind of had a couple good games here lately in real hockey, that is. You look at Saros, and he's like league leading in save percentage and goals against average. Like, the man is an absolute freak in net. And it's cool to see, my point there was, it's cool to see that you don't have to be an absolute juggernaut in the net anymore, because that seems to be what NHL goaltenders are kind of trending towards. You see kids coming in all the time. They're developing in the AHL and other leagues, overseas, whatever it might be. And they're coming in listed at 6'4", 6'5". Hell, we got a guy on the Toronto Maple Leafs, Dennis Hildeby, who I believe is 6'7". Height and size makes it a lot easier, especially if you're an athletic guy in the net. But Saros is proving that you don't have to be that. Now, this game is just completely fallen on its axis. I mean, it was almost dead even. Now we have a 3-1 hockey game with total domination of 23-11 shots. We have not faced a shot here in about the last 10 minutes of play. It's been totally in the opposite end of the ice, which again is really nice to see, but you do have to stay focused, because one chance will be the difference maker. Is some good give and go plays. A nice squeaky puck by Stamkos is found by the defenseman and turned the other way. Forsberg coming back, backhand pass up to Marchessault along the boards. He'll try to deke around Mark Stone, and unfortunately for Pietrangelo, he misses his intended passee there, and it'll come all the way back down to the ice for a sub 2-minute face-off on the icing call. Feels good to be back though. Like I said, I feel like I haven't missed a beat. Sometimes it's wise to just evaluate if you need some time away from things. Roman Josi returns the pass off Stamkos, who was trying to get a little closer to the net off the face-off. It was a good down low pass and a pretty big save effort from the kid here. Josi now up to Fabro. Fabro will just decide to dump this one and give chase. But first to the puck is Pietrangelo, who steers this one up to Stone. Now back up to Eichel. Eichel across to Barbashev. The connection this top line has had all season long, but primarily since Barbashev has made his way to the top line, as he'll be the last one to take a shot on Saros. 24 shots against for UC Saros, and Stamkos is ahead offside there. Looks like this one's going to come all the way back down to the Nashville Predators zone, as it was kind of a deliberate offside. You can see Stamkos waiting in on the blue line, just didn't have the patience, and now we'll set up with Thomas Hertl looking over his shoulder to Noah Hannafin. 15 seconds on the clock. It's going to be Hertl again. He'll get the puck back. That is good effort by William Karlsson to come in using his feet and squeak that puck free. 4 seconds on the clock. Can we get one more shot? It doesn't look like it, as the Golden Knights will take a 3-1 lead going into the third period in this second grudge match of the season. Here's the beautiful goal by Jack Eichel that really got things going here for the Golden Knights. It's been total domination in the second period. We still have 20 minutes of regulation to figure out how this one's going to end. But there you go. I mean, nearly double time on attack. Nashville has been the more physical team, although it hasn't been a lot of heavy hits so far. But 24-14 shots as Vegas completely steals the second period here, and a hush falls upon the crowd in a hurry. All right, let's get set for puck drop. Third period of action. It's going to be Stamkos winning again, so no adjustments being made by Jack Eichel. But when you get defensive plays like that, it takes away some of the pressure of having to win those faceoffs. Yes, you would love to win that. That's something we've talked about all season long. But your defensive plays right now on a back-to-back night have been absolutely sensational, as Eichel will rip another one into the glove of Saros. You know, you can try and be perfect, and you can try and nitpick and find out where you need to make some adjustments going down the later stretches of the season. And faceoffs is certainly an area of contention, something that we definitely haven't been strong on. This time, Eichel decides to just use his body, gets the pass back, and it'll roll softly on Saros. Those are things a perfect team, a near perfect team on this season, approaching 50 wins, getting ready for the playoffs, healthy lineup. There's really no excuse for always losing these faceoffs. And right now, Eichel is having to resort to his body, but we'll take it any way we can get it. 2 straight body faceoff wins by Jack Eichel against Steven Stamkos, and now Marchessault. Marchessault in, will try to get a shot. Another block shot by Shea Theodore, and he must have about 4 or 5 block shots here in about the last 10 minutes of play alone. That's the reliability that you're looking for as a good goaltender, as a young goaltender at that matter. Again, you guys got to keep in mind, I'm only like a 78 overall. We're still very early in our career, season 1, backup goaltender. But when you got plays like this and you are scoring at an average of around 4 goals per game, man, oh man, does it ever change the landscape of a rookie goaltender. And that's something we didn't have the luxury of back when we played in LA in NHL 24. It was a good team. It was a solid team. By year 2, we were a really competitive team. But it's hard to become a rookie goaltender and have success when you don't have the team up in front of you playing at their best. Holtz now up to William Karlsson. Karlsson tries to go across of Roman Josi. He'll pick that puck up. He'll go behind his net. Now he works forward up to Fabro. Fabro spots, or tries to spot, I believe that was that Colton Sissons? I'm not quite sure who that was. No, it was Novak, the goal scorer for Nashville. Looks like he's trying to find that breakout pass, and a good effort in front as Ryan O'Reilly will just wind up in the slot, and we'll be able to read that one to perfection and make a big save. Now up to 15 shots. A slash goes unnoticed as a wiggle of the hand from William Karlsson. The stick definitely caught him up in the hands area, but the ref says it's okay to play on. Fabro up to Evangelista. Evangelista now. A couple good block shots there for Nashville. Evangelista cuts in, and Riley will try to go opposite side, similar to how Novak scored, and will stretch out and make a good blocker save, reading that one once again. So O'Reilly has had an impact here in the third period. You know, the veteran, we know what he's capable of. He knows how to score, but we're trying to just keep ourselves square to the shot, read the play ahead of time, and react faster rather than waiting to see what they do. That's something that I've tried doing a lot in our last few games. Is it's not always wise for you to make the first play, especially in real hockey. You hear that all the time as a goaltender, like, do not make the first play, wait until they do it to react. In this game, it's actually hard to do that because the computers have such ridiculous patience that if you try to outweigh them, you're out of positions. Look at that Novak goal. We try to outweigh him on the left side. He stopped up and fired at the opposite side of the net while we were down and out of position. So for me, I'm actually trying consciously to actually make the decision a little bit for the computer. And that's a little bit of a cheat code that I can tell for you guys, is if you can bait somebody. I don't recommend this because it can get you into trouble very quickly. but the shot on net and a tip. Where's the puck? We'll scramble to find that one. Full pressure now. We actually have to be very careful. But you can actually cheat a computer into making a play or making a shot by just slightly leaving your position. And I don't mean gradual shift all the way to the opposite side of the net. Make a slight adjustment to where they see an opening, but before the puck gets to them, get back to that position. Again, I wouldn't necessarily recommend it unless you feel very comfortable controlling your goalie. But what I mean is, say the shot was right here. If I just drift like here, that leaves open the right side of my net. It will encourage the AI to find that opening net and fire it there. But before he can fire it, just get back to that post, and that's where the shot's going to come. Now, again, you can get into trouble by this. I've gotten into trouble by this. It's just something that you can try to implement once in a while, especially if it's a shot coming from, pretty high up in the offensive zone. If it's down low, it's hard to say because the computers in this game try crazy behind the net passes all the time. So it's hard to read what they're going to do. But a little bit of a tip there as an experienced goaltender, finding little ways. You talk about the forwards cheesing when you play online. There are some little cheesy, cheeky plays you can do as a human goaltender to kind of have the puck go in your favor. Another shot off the faceoff there. Hurdle, sub 10 minutes left in this hockey game. Vegas still holding that 3-1 lead. There's been a bit of a surge here. Oh my gosh, what a save by Saros. And now he's scrambling in the net. Great effort here by William Karlsson, who has he's playing the puck under full pressure. Oh my God, Saros is a freak. William Karlsson about 4 shots in close there, and Saros making desperation save after desperation save, and he plays the puck under full pressure. The man has the confidence compared to nobody else right now. I would never make that pass under full pressure. What a freak. Pietrangelo now tries to feed Alexander Holtz, but he loses the puck now. Novak to O'Reilly, and the puck goes back to the other side as we were scrambling to find that rebound, and a great effort here again by this Novak O'Reilly. I believe that's Evangelista rounds out that pairing or that unit. But up to 24 shots now. Again, not the busiest games we've ever had, but when you compare the 4 or 5 shots in that second period, this has been a very busy third to start so far. 6 minutes left in this game. Couple of bodies mashing it up. Pietrangelo not quite sure what he was doing there, but it does come off the back wall, and Saros is forced to steer that one back, so it's no icing on the play. O'Reilly now back forward to Carrier. Carrier will fire this one down low. He has a man streaking to the corner, but Theodore will do a nice little between the legs pass behind his net for Pietrangelo. Now spots Barbashev. Barbashev tries to find Eichel, and Barbashev, Marchessault in. Marchessault, and we will stand our ground as it was a good job by the defenseman to just take away the passing lane. We knew he was probably either going to shoot it or try to cut across the goal line, and we'll hold on strong. What I was about to say is Barbashev's actually one of those guys who has fallen a little cold, and I just mean little. Like, I don't know exactly how well he's doing when we're not playing, or rather not starting in net, but since coming to the top line, he hasn't been as dominant as he was on the second. But the good news for him is he hasn't had to be. He's playing with league-leading goal scorer, league-leading points getter in Eichel. He's playing with a very good season of Mark Stone here as well. So he hasn't had to have been as good as he was earlier in the season. But that second line has really picked up. Again, the resurgence of Thomas Hertl at that second C position. You got Alexander Holtz, who we talked about earlier, who is having arguably one of his best seasons, if not his best season, here in this game. And a good little down low. That's a nice little set play Nashville has used about 2 or 3 times. Usually you get the hard shot from the point, but that's Roman Josi after the faceoff win. Just getting that puck down low. He splits the defenseman scrambling off the faceoff, formation. Gets the puck down low, and it's a nice tip on net. We have to be sharp once again. Same with Jussi Saros, making another couple big saves. 2 minutes left in the third period. Hertl loses that faceoff to Novak. It's not really been our night in the faceoff dot. Evangelista, this second unit, getting a lot of ice time for Nashville. They've looked good and earned it as well. But a great effort there by Noah Hannafin defensively. Hertl, he has the puck poked free. Evangelista along the half boards, challenged by Thomas Hertl, and now his line mate will come out. Pietrangelo decides to retreat, that's Whitecloud. Empty net now in the Nashville territory. Was hoping maybe I got a chance at shooting it out in the empty net, but we decided to just play it smartly. Hertl now up to Whitecloud. Whitecloud with a Wide open net. He'll backhand this one. No, he waits. He hesitates. Gets a little bump off the puck. And with a wide open net in front of him, a 2x4, 2x6, whatever it is, 4x6. He misses. Hurdle now to Holt, scrambling. So many Nashville players with 27 seconds left in this third period. Grudge match about to become 1-1 apiece as now William Karlsson will have a look. He gets it all the way across. No, picked off once again by Philip Forsberg. Forsberg across to Stammer. Stammer winds up, and Theodore will block that one. He's had a good game in the defensive zone. Karlsson, 7 seconds. Why do the AI insist on trying to score from center ice? Just walk in for half a second and score on the empty net, but we will take the 3-1 lead. It is another solid night in net. It's a solid night on a back-to-back, and the boys are one step closer to 50 wins on this absolutely historic season so far. And a great effort here. You see some big hits. Noah Hannafin absolutely rocking the Nashville Predators all night long. That's such a beautiful play, an unbelievable save. I actually can't believe that Karlsson missed on this sequence. He had about 3 or 4 really good scoring opportunities. But that's going to be it, everybody. Welcome back. I'm glad to be back. We had a 28 save effort on 29 shots tonight. Another remarkable game for the young goaltender, and he'll continue to put on the chase for the Calder at this point. A .965 save percentage. I know Cheryl Pounder constantly puts us at that 14th slot, maybe 12th slot, but for us, I'm really liking how we're playing here lately, and we're going from the third overall team to the 5th overall team, and now the 4th overall team. As you can see, that Edmund has poured it on here lately in the later goings of this. I gotta think, let's have a quick look before we wrap up this this episode. I gotta think Edmonton now has overtaken. They have overtaken the Seattle Kraken. Again, kudos to Kraken. We are the only team in the Pacific to lock in a playoff spot. So no matter what happens in these last 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 games, we're guaranteed to be playing in the playoffs, which is exciting for this series and this channel. Kraken are almost there. Oilers, I would think if they got a win tonight, would probably crack that. So we want to make sure that hopefully the boys can play well. Predators, nobody else really locked in. Then you go to the Atlantic, and again, I mean, you got the Lightning absolutely dialed in. The Ottawa Senators. The Ottawa Senators are locked into a playoff spot. They're back. Same with the Florida Panthers. Not quite the Stanley Cup season that defending season that they were hoping for, but they're right in that final wildcard spot along with the Toronto Maple Leafs looking to clinch the playoffs, sorry. That's it so far. I mean, like I said, the boys are just playing absolutely incredible. We'll go ahead and sim this game against the Oilers. 50 wins are on the board. No, it's going to be the Oilers who will dominate 5-2. And with that, we are actually going to look at the box score and just see what happened in that game. Go to the Edmonton game here. We'll go to all events and we'll switch this one to goals. So it's going to be Victor Arvidsson and Evander Kane in the first period. Dorofeyev picking up his 21st. But then you have Perry, Ryan, and Henrique, with Eichel getting his 47th. So the quest for 50 goals continues. I got to think he's going to get it, no problem. But not quite the game we were hoping for against a team like that. Eichel sitting on 99 points. Let's just go ahead and go to the overall leaderboards and just see that ranks first with McDavid right behind him at 96. Kucherov 91 and Panarin at 90. So 4 guys. I mean, you can include Zibanejad, Matthews, Draisaitl, all these guys in the quest for 100. The league leading goals is indeed Austin Matthews, just as we predicted, with 55, looking for 60 on the season, and Quinn Hughes leading the assist category with 68 on the season. So some pretty good individual efforts, pretty realistic if I'm being honest as well. I'm surprised I didn't see Nathan McKinnon on that list. We aren't getting the start against Winnipeg, so we'll go ahead and sim that one as well. We will get our 50th win here as we take down the Winnipeg Jets 4-2 for 50 on the season. That's unbelievable. We'll have a quick peek here at the box score. I know a couple of you guys asked to check this after every game, so I have no problem doing that. We will have a quick peek at this game just to see who scored. I gotta think Eichel reached his marker of 100 points. Hurdle with his 25th. Pietrangelo, Karlsson, Hurdle, and Jack Eichel's still sitting on 99. Did not get his 100th point, but we do get our 50th. We'll probably get one of these 2 back-to-back games here. We'll see if we get no, we do not get the starter, so we get the Calgary game underway here. And it looks like maybe we get Vancouver. We do indeed get Vancouver. So another loss by Aiden Hill. Not the best effort he was looking for in that game. We have what? 2, 4, 6 games, ladies and gentlemen. We kicked that last stretch off with a game against Vancouver Canucks in the next episode. We do have some training hours. We have some money to play around with, though. Typically, I don't waste my money in the first season just because, you know, they don't last past certain time frames. So to get them, if we get a start in the playoffs, I'll consider it. We have 4 hours exactly. I kind of want to put more points in a breakaway. I know it's not that crucial, but the reactions on the breakaway need to be a little sharper. So there you go. That's going to be it for this video. We know who we're playing next. We'll just quickly see the box score for that Vancouver game that Calgary game as well. It was a close game, but it was a 3-2 effort in favor of the Calgary Flames. Kuzmenko, Mantha, Whitecloud, Hannafin still looking for point number 100. So we're hopefully going to see it in our next game. That's going to be it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Turn on that notification bell. We're just about 200 subscribers away from that illustrious 2,000 marker before the end of the year. So we're getting close, guys. Playoffs are right around the corner. I appreciate you guys watching. As always, thank you so much. Make sure you take care of yourself, and we'll catch you back here in the next episode. Bye, guys.